let's move towards the UST SmartVision demonstration. Before I introduce the next speaker, please note that we have a quiz towards the end which is based on this entire demonstration. So please listen to the bit carefully. With this, introducing Ms. Surya Nandakumar, who is Group Product Manager at UST SmartOps, giving a brief introduction. With close to over 20 plus years of experience in the industry, Surya has proven expertise in managing end-to-end delivery of multi-million accounts, leading cross-functional teams, departments to meet organizational objectives and goals along with account development. A few years back, Surya shifted her focus to products and platforms and now is serving as the Group Product Manager for UST SmartVision, an intelligent document processing platform within SmartOps. She works closely with the leadership in defining product strategy and is responsible for product vision, planning, and overall management of the product from conception to fruition. With this, please welcome her with a huge round of applause.
Hello everyone, good evening. Really honored to be here today. So I'll start from where Vinod stopped to help you understand, how we help our customers with the IDP journey, and then we'll get into the demo. Yeah, so we just saw the different capabilities that SmartVision platform is offering to help our customers transform their document-centric business processes. But when you look at any function, any business function, there is a uniqueness in the way each organization handles it. So let's, if you look at a common function like accounts payable also, each of your organizations might have put certain specific, policies, processes, and procedures in place. So it could be the way the payments are authorized, or the way the customers or your vendors are sending you the invoices, or the different business rules that you want to apply before an invoice approval, right? So it always varies from customer to customer. So that's where we leverage the UST Smart Start IDP framework, wherein we look the business function as a whole, including your current ecosystem, the upstream and the downstream application. So we have a short discovery process wherein we talk to the customers to understand their end-to-end customer journey. We look at their sample documents so that we get a deeper understanding of the complexity of the use case. And also, we try to understand some of their top challenges. So based on these inputs, we get into a post-discovery process. It involves a series of steps to craft your end-to-end solution. So I'll talk a little bit about it based on the accounts payable function itself. So the first step is primarily, you might want to know which all document types you are going to handle, because as I said, it will always vary. Sometimes you might want to talk about invoices, deal with only invoices, or sometimes it could be you want to consider purchase orders or even a delivery note, adjustment note, it goes on. So, and some of you might receive multiple languages, right? Documents with multiple languages and different formats. So the first step would be to understand, what all needs to be addressed as part of this journey. So that will be step number one. And once you, get to know that, the next step probably when it comes to the document ingestion, again, some of you might have a shared inbox where the vendors are sending you the invoices. And for others, it might be a partner portal where they directly upload it. Or it could be even, cases where people are manually scanning the invoices. So all these are different scenarios that we need to handle. And you might want to pick the right connectors from the platform so that the systems talk to each other. So that would be the second step to look at it. And again, once you receive the invoices, there will be a lot of other nuances as well. The orientation is one aspect. And sometimes, there are multiple invoices getting scanned into a single PDF. Or, all those, variations, like, you might, get different formats, or like, invoices with, pages which is really not relevant. So these are all scenarios that you can get as part of the any document. Invoices I'm just taking for an example, but any document can have all these flavors. So to handle all of them properly, we might want to apply the right pre-processing before even you send it for extraction. So that's where the pre-processors come in play. And then when it comes to extraction, platform has a library of global models, which primarily deals with the industry standard fields for the documents. But again, the local specific nuances, may not be considered. So like, for example, the currencies or the tax fields, it all varies from geography to geography. So again, you might want to adapt your global models so that it really suits your needs. Okay. And after the extraction process, there'll be a lot of business rules that you want to apply. As I said, like, a standard rule could be like, When you have a retail invoice with a lot of purchase items, you might want to tally all your line item amounts. It's tallying to your total amount. That could be a validation you might want to put in place, right? Or it could be like somebody might want an alert if the payment date is crossed or it is very closer, you might want to get an alert. Or scenarios where your payment date is not there, but then you have a clause in the terms and condition, it says 15 days or 30 days for payment. You might want to compute it systematically and figure out. So these are all different post-processing that needs to be applied after the extraction process. So basically what I'm trying to tell is, like, from the platform, you have a library of pre-processors, post-processors, connectors, global models. But when it comes to every, individual use case, you might want to pick the right one so that you can craft that end-to-end, solution design appropriate for your use case. And in short, at the end of this exercise, what we'll be able to deliver is a product demo that will actually fulfill one of your business use case. And that's how we typically take it forward. And from there, we scale to production. And then you go for a continuous improvement of your machine learning models with your feedback loop. So this is a typical, process that we follow for our customers, and it really helps them to achieve business outcomes in a very short span. Okay. But however, we still, wanted to democratize the heart of this process, which is nothing but the intelligent extraction. So now, if you ask me why we wanted to do that, there are two reasons primarily. We wanted our prospective customers, to get a first-hand experience of the product, so they get to know what it is. And the second one is like, we wanted to give them an opportunity where they can try it out on their own documents, so that, you understand how good the extraction looks like. Okay. So with that in mind, introducing SmartVision demo. As I said, it gives you a glimpse into the extraction capabilities with respect to invoices. And our idea here is to democratize the core extraction process. And mostly we are focusing on the industry standard fields, which is common across. And some of the nuances like your local specific elements may not be covered in the SmartVision demo. And considering when you look at a demo version, the diversity of the invoices is really high that you can expect. So considering that, we have trained a global model with our patented solutions, and which is offering you over 90% accuracy today. And the third aspect would be like, you again get a feel of the human in the loop screens, the screens which is being used for the document corrections. You will experience, get to experience some of those screens as well. So these are the primary items that would be covered. And as a SmartVision user, like, how do you get yourself registered, right? So for a SmartVision user, you will have to create a trial account. I think most of you might have already created this as part of the registration process. So once you have the trial account, you can actually log in with your credentials, upload invoices of your choice. Okay. And once you have them processed, you can actually review those invoices and approve them. All your approved invoices will be available to be exported as a spreadsheet, CSV, or a JSON in case you want to feed them into any of your systems. And I just want to reiterate one point. So in a real world, when you try to compare it with a real world, obviously between your upload invoices and your approved invoices, there are a lot of business rules and validations to happen. So that is not something that is covered in the demo now. And our whole idea was to give you a feel of the extraction process. So what you would see is mostly a raw extraction of your invoices with zero training done on your documents. Okay, so with that, we'll get into the live demo. There is a sign-up form which you can actually use, fill in, give you your profile details and create your own account. Now let's get into the, let's log in with my ID here. So we mandate a business email ID for the login, but once you log in, so for any user who logs in, basically, the welcome screen gives you a glimpse of the, your activities in the past. It will help you, it has tour videos which will help you to navigate with your next steps. And it also gives you an indication of the duration of your trial account. So by default, like when you create a trial account, it will be active for around 15 days. And on my landing page, I have an option to import my files. So you can either import, from your system. It could be like PDFs or images, and you can upload even multiple files together. Up to 20 files is allowed. You also have an option where you can actually try some of our sample files in case you don't want to upload it by yourself. So now let me just try to upload one invoice here. So while the invoice is getting, you would have seen that got loaded and it's processing. So maybe I'll quickly show you the document that I was trying to upload. It's an invoice document where you have the basic information like your vendor and buyer details. You have the purchase item details, the payment details, and also the invoice fields like your invoice number, date, and so on. So now we'll see the document has been processed. So let's take a look at the extraction. So as you would see, the extraction details, you can actually very well see it on the screen. The invoice date, number, due date, the other amount details are also getting captured. And you have a provision to see the table items as well. So this is how it looks like. So now we'll proceed to upload some more documents. I'll use multiple documents here. I'm uploading 5 files. As you see, like you have both images as well as PDF documents here. So the 5 of the documents have been submitted for processing. So meanwhile, we'll take a look at the the document that we just saw. We'll try to approve it because the next steps we can probably look at it. So I'm going to approve this document. I'm not making any corrections here. I'll just try and approve this. So once it gets approved, it will move into the approved bucket. So as you see here, you have that document coming into the approved bucket. And the next option, as I said, if you want to export it, you can actually export. You have 2 options here. You can either export, do an individual export here, which would be you can directly click here and export it, or you can also do a multi-export where all the files can come together. So that would be the next that this will help you to do that. I'll try to exclude the line items in this export so that I show you that feature as well. So this is the one which I had tried out initially, and the next one, which does not have the line items. Okay. So once the documents are exported, it automatically moves into the exported tab. So now when you look at it, all of this have been processed. We'll quickly take a look at these as well. So this is India invoice with GST details available. So this is another option is the doc to write, where you can actually see the line items side by side. Move on to the second one. Yeah, so this is another invoice. You can, I'm not explaining the extraction, probably I'll just show you, you can take a look at it. We have one line item coming from the table here. This is a handwritten one. It's a combination of handwritten and printed, I would say. Yeah, vendor details are in the vendor details are printed, and you have handwritten details for the buyer and the rest of the line items as well. So that's a handwritten one. We'll move on. So this is another document. I have one more, which is actually a 2-page document. So I just have we created this to give you a feel of how that multi-page looks like. So here the data, here also the data has come out properly. Yeah. So that's mostly about extraction. And then few other features you have, like the global search is there in case you want to do a search on any of these documents. Identify your documents, because we allow a maximum of 100 documents here. So in case you want to pick some document, you can use the search. There is also a filter by date option if you want to pick by date at any point. And the help, there's a thumbnail view which will help you to give you a quick glimpse as to what document is processed. The help section will have all the videos which will help you to understand the system better in case you want to explore that. And anytime you run into an issue, you can always connect with us using the reach out to us form. You can either put in the problem statement, or even a screenshot would do. And we would love to hear your feedback as well. So please make use of the feedback form when you use it. That will give us a feel of how you are experiencing the product. So with that, I'll stop here, and I think we'll get into the activity. I just wanted to mention one more thing, if once you familiarize with the demo version, if you feel that you want to explore the product more at any point, you should always reach out to our sales team so that we can kickstart us UST Smart Start journey with you. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.